Okay, we're gonna see the electric meter in, I believe, 2 more videos, the condensing unit video. And I normally like to do it together, but I'm kind of trapped in here. So just to move things along efficiently, this is the load center, the electric service panel, the breaker box, call it what you will, but that's where we're at. That's where we're at. I'm looking for the amperage on this main disconnect. And it doesn't actually say. It's a 200 amp panel. We know that by reading the instructions. That's the most power that can come through here. Should come through here. If this is an oversized breaker, that kind of nullifies that, and I can't get a confirmation on that. So there's that. Maybe I'll do a little bit of homework. The panel board's not supposed to have more than an 1/18 of an inch difference. Because see, when this cover fits on here, the whole cabinet is supposed to keep the fire inside. And when the cabinet cover is out here, well then now we've got this big gap where the fire can get out. This cabinet is supposed to be nailed in instead of screwed in. Screws are fast, screws are tight, I get that. But nails have more shear strength. And so if the structure was to experience like a tornado, for example, it'd stand a better chance of staying safely in place. You already got a bad day if a tornado hits. I get that. No question there. But if it was nailed in place, it might stay in place a little better. Now, these are called knockouts or twist outs. Call it what you will. The reason why we have these little guys is so that we can bring in no more than 3 cables at a time. Alright, we have the big ones for L1 and L2. Okay? So that's supposed to come in there like that. We don't know where the cabinet's going, so we got lots of big holes. Now we got to install the little wires. Well, let's just throw them through there, Philip. Oh, Doug, man, you're the fastest guy in the shop. I know. I got a raise coming. Let's go to the beer store. Oh, man. Alright, that's the way it works sometimes. Now, even my reference that is going to be in this report is kind of, how shall I say, is forgiving, apologetical about that. And it's very, very common. I have it at my house. My house is not for sale, and you shouldn't have to live like me. But it's very common, and it's not right. It's not right. That's what I'm here for. The wires should not be in contact with the panel cover. We don't have pointy screws. We got the regular screws right here, but you keep putting a screw in and out on this. You think that's going to wear on the insulation? You think it will? I do. Those wires, see these dead? You see these bumpers? They're there. It's called a clue. They want the wires in the cabinet back behind those, not in front of them. Not touching the cabinet. Not touching the cabinet like that. Okay. Now, this wasn't required, but L1 and L2 should have protective rubber covers on them by today's standards. Now this was required. This is the main neutral coming in here. It should interact with 4 strands of white tape. 4 layers, 4 widths of white tape. Now, if you don't know that's the main neutral, going back to the system, then you don't belong in this cabinet. I get that. And it's just tape. I get that too. But anyway, that's a requirement. I don't make the requirements up. I'm a Mockingbird. So we're coming down here. This 60 amp fuse here. That's for the air conditioning system. So that's a white hot, and it's supposed to be. And if you don't know that's hot, again, you don't belong in this cabinet. But this should be racked with black tape, so that any fool would understand. And we got 2 buses in here, 3 buses actually. This bus right in here. This is your neutral bus. You're not supposed to have 2 neutrals at the same lug. It's called double lugging. I got 3 on that one. Well, that was really good. No, 1 screw, 1 wire. 1 screw, 1 wire. The only problem that's allowed is over here on the grounding. And you can have 2 screws with 1 wire. Oh, we got 3 over here. Huh. So some of our grounding is multi-lugged. And we got double lug neutrals. The bonding location. Is that the bonding location? I can't tell. X1 Texas. Bonding location is supposed to be labeled inside of here. So what did we learn? We learned that we do not have duplication. Or you will. We learned that some of our breakers are not printed. We learned that we've got more than an 1/18 of an inch gap between the cabinet and the wall. We've learned that we've got bundling. We've learned that the cabinet was screwed into place instead of nailed into place. We learned that the neutral does not have white tape wrapped around it, and the white hot does not have black tape wrapped around it. We learned that our wires are too close to the cabinet cover. We learned that the bonding location is not labeled. We learned that we've got double lug neutrals, and we've got multi-lugged grounds. That's what we learned today.